Hey everyone, so excited to be here today and be able to share with you a really cool new tool that is going to be able to be really, really useful for you with your online tutoring business. Now, one of the things that I have found in my own business is that I I struggle sometimes with being able to pull up the resources and the tools that I know to be able to like utilize. And then all of a sudden, or I'm like going into a website, it takes a little while to load, and then I'm going into another place and it takes a little while to load. And I had an amazing young woman who came to me and had said, hey, we've got this tool, we'd love for you to be able to check it out. And I was like, sure, I'll check it out. And I fell in love with it. It is really that cool. So we're going to be talking about that tool today. And if you guys continue to stay with us, you're going to hear a huge announcement in this online tutoring world, and in my online tutoring coaching and business and all that kind of stuff. So definitely stay tuned so you can hear that. But today I have invited Krista to be able to join us and tell us about this new tool called Bubble Up. And so here she is, and she's actually joining us today, you guys. She was on a cruise and she's in Portugal right now. So how cool is that?
Portugal's a pretty cool place. Hopefully the connection holds up while we're on this call. But yeah, thanks so much for having me, Joanne.
When you've got the cool background there too, like being in Portugal. That's so awesome.
I know.
You've got the world at your fingertips.
It's true. But every online tutor that's listening to this too also would be able to do this, basically, because that's the beauty of online work. You can just do it from anywhere.
Exactly. That is the beauty of it. I think that's the dream for a lot of people too, to be able to have that ability to be able to teach from anywhere to anyone on their own time when they want to be able to do it is just like one of the biggest dreams that a lot of people have. So tell us about the company that you're working for with Bubble Up.
Sure. So the company we're a tech startup. We're actually based in DC, so I just have the ability to work remotely. But a little bit about what we're building. We are building an app that is essentially an organization tool, but there's so many really cool features about Bubble Up. But the main one is that you can save any kind of information that's digital from anywhere in the cloud. So whether it's a link or a file, an MP3, a PDF, a Word doc, literally anything at all. You basically have the super visual format of saving any kind of files all together in the cloud. So for tutors, it's really a super valuable tool because you just have all this info at your fingertips, like you said.
Yeah, for sure. So it's so cool. And so we've got lots of people in the house we want to say hello to. We've got Bill and Clarissa. Welcome. We've got Kim from Minnesota and Rajalik, Suzanne Davis. We've got Kathy and Allie. Welcome, you guys. So glad you're here. Susan Franklin, Suzanne Davis, lots of people. This is so awesome. Suzanne Davis already said, this sounds so great and wonderful for my students. So, and that's what we're really like taking a look at, like what are the many possibilities that we can utilize to be able to use this tool. So when it comes to this tool, what are some of your favorite uses for being able to use this tool?
So I'm not a tutor, but definitely understand why tutors would find it useful. I find it useful for a lot of the same reasons, and I think anybody can actually relate to this particular use case. But we all spend so much time online, right? And I always am researching things. I'm researching things for work. I'm researching things for my travel plans. I'm researching things for, my photography hobby, about Instagram, because that's something that I'm really interested in. So basically, we're constantly consuming this information, YouTube videos, articles, blogs, podcasts, whatever, and you hear something or you consume something interesting, and then you're like, okay, this is great, and maybe someday I'll want to remember it. But either you save it in your bookmarks and it goes into a gray drop-down folder, and then you forget that it's there and never open it up again, or you just try to remember what it was called, and then if if your memory fails you, then it's just literally lost. And so, so I kind of just use it for like every part of my digital experience. I have a folder for again, for my photography hobby, for work. My coworkers, actually, we use our own app to share any kind of file amongst us, where we can all collaborate on the same folder. But yeah, for my travel planning, I share, a folder with whoever I happen to be traveling with, and we can save our research in there. So yeah, the ways that I use it just kind of can go on forever. So I would say my number one use case is research. But research kind of has this very like dry connotation to it, but we're all researching all the time. So
For sure.
yeah, for fun stuff.
Yeah, and that's what makes Bubble Up so fun, is that it gives you ideas and suggestions in a way that like makes you want to be able to click and learn about new and different resources and tools, which is really, really neat. Like, a lot of times, like Pinterest will base it off of an image. Like, it'll be like, there are similar images to this, and it'll show you another image, and you're like, well, that has nothing to do with what it is that I was actually looking for. So but Bubble Up really, it brings in some additional like actual tools and stuff that you might be interested in to check on out, which is pretty cool.
Yep, exactly. Yeah. I mean, just the example that you just said about Pinterest. I mean, a lot of people use stock photos for, to represent whatever their article is about. So, an image of a laptop could represent, a co-working space in Sri Lanka, and it could also represent, an article about a work from home mom, which are like completely different. They're not about the same demographic. The content is completely different. It's just that the image is similar. So the difference with Bubble Up is that kind of regardless of the pictures help you remember what is in your own folder. Because it's like you can use your visual memory to say, oh yeah, I remember that picture was on this article that I read. So that's really the value of having the images on Bubble Up, I think. But it's actually the way that you get suggestions is based on the content itself, rather than, like Google's smart algorithm on checking which images are similar.
Right. Exactly. So cool. And you guys, those of you who stay on today, you are going to be able to get your free copy of this. And this is not being given to everybody else. So stay on the line so that you guys can definitely get access to this and be able to see it. Now, I am going to show you guys how I have particularly been using it with my online tutoring business, and to be able to share content with other tutors as well. So I'm going to share that with you guys right now.
I just want to actually make something clear about what you just said, that they can get access to it because, it's an app. So theoretically, everybody should be able to access it. Right now, we do have a wait list. So there's going to be a very short waiting period where people who are not listening to this podcast or, this live, go to our website and sign up, and they might have a little bit of a waiting period. But anybody who clicks the link that we're going to provide, you're going to kind of get immediate access to this app, and you'll get a premium membership, which gives you a lot of extra storage than the average person. So yeah.
Awesome. All right. So we are, can you see my screen right now?
I can see it. Yep.
Awesome. Cool. Because I'm not seeing it on, because there's like a little bit of a delay, like when I watch it back on the YouTube live over there.
I mean, I see your math resources, your phonics videos, your Spanish resources. So yeah, we're on your home screen. We got it. Awesome. You got a lot of tabs open.
And I have a lot of tabs open. Yes. So what I've been doing is, whenever I am teaching the different phonics patterns, I have a couple of videos that I absolutely love to be able to utilize. And so here I have all of those phonics videos right here, and I can access them whenever I want to. Now, I've also shared this with people who are in the reading interventionist program, because it's like, hey, if you ever forget the name of like this song and you want to be able to access it, it's really cool. Now, I've discovered something that's even better, is that when I click on, let's say, this play button right on here, it comes on up right as like a full screen. Now, when I go into YouTube, I first have to type in YouTube, and then I have to search for my video, and then it comes on up, and then there's usually like a couple second delay before I'm able to actually push the button to make it a full screen. Here, it's like one click, stop, shop, dropping. I do not waste any time now with my online tutoring because I can access this and it's already the size that I want the video to be, which is phenomenal. I absolutely love this piece of it. And I can share the individual video if I want to, or I can share that entire file with somebody else. So if I come on over here and I click on these three little dots, all I have to do is share, add or edit members, and then I can easily come on in and I can send it to the people. You can see I've already sent it to some people as well so that they can check it out. I've also created like different math resources that I have really enjoyed being able to use. And again, like because I don't teach math all the time, sometimes I forget like some of the really cool resources that are out there. One of the assessments that I really like, I was reminded of it today, is Mammoth math assessments, and all of like the different links and all that kind of stuff that's coming on up right over here for the resources and the tools that I really enjoy using the most. I can come here and I can be able to utilize it. Now, we talked about how there are different suggestions below. So here we've got, free online math test quizzes, your homework help. I could check that out. There's math games that I can check out. And here it says 75 digital tools and apps teachers can use. So maybe I'll check that out. Fourth grade test prep centers. So there's lots of different tools and resources based off of what I have put into my folder that I can access so that other people can do that. So, and again, I can invite people, I can invite them right on over here, and I can add them to this, and I can share my folder with them. This makes it really great for other tutors who want to be able to support other tutors. So if there's another math tutor who's like, oh my gosh, like what resources do you use? I can say, hey, PM me, and I will PM me your email and I will send you an invite to where I have stored those resources so that you can access and utilize them as well.
I love this use case. Sorry, just to interject. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Something that I think resonates with people when you're talking about this particular use case is the other way that you might share all these resources is with an email, right? Like the traditional way is you would just create an email and then you would have all of these different hyperlinks that are just blue, and then maybe you like have to write out a description. But this way, the description's already there because it's auto-generated from the website itself. Mm-hmm. So you just pop them into your folder and then all the work is done for you. So you can actually create a really nice package for anyone that you want to share any group of research with in a much more visual and easy to consume kind of way. So
yeah.
Back to you. Sorry.
No, I think this is really
back to you, Joanne.
I was just earlier today, I was talking with a Spanish tutor and I was like, oh, like, what are some ways that you think that you would be able to utilize this? And she was mentioning, I could definitely use it to send resources to my students to be able to work on individually. I could, send them I could create my own folder for them and have the different things that I want them to be able to work on in between our sessions. And then, so she was kind of seeing it in a different way than I had originally seen it. But so I've named mine math resources, phonics videos, and then we were creating one called Spanish resources. But I could name this, Allie and Wally, right? I can name it my student's name and different things that I'm putting for that particular student that I want them to take a look at during the week. So that's just another way to be able to think about how to use it. Something else I discovered is you can add your own image inside of here. Oh yeah, so
super customizable.
Have, like this video here of this guy with an E bouncing up as like your
he's
video.
Cool.
Like, you can upload. Yeah, he's cool. But you can upload your very own image right here, very similar to Pinterest, and create a board that makes it visually appealing to be able to see, okay, what is it that we're going to be, that is inside of this file. Just makes it a little bit easier. And somebody asked me a really important question, I think early on today. They were asking, what is a folder? And I thought, oh, that's such a great question. What is a folder? So a folder is just like a folder that you would imagine or think about on your desk. So you've got like a regular folder, right? And you put stuff inside of it. And that's exactly what we're doing inside of here. We're just putting the different websites or the different videos or the different resources and tools that we're utilizing right there so that we can access that information even better. So, but what I like about this is that it uses it in a visual manner. So very, very cool stuff here. Now, I know that some of you guys have questions about this already, and we want to be able to answer those questions for you. So definitely put this out there and tell us what your questions are. And so is there anything, Krista, when we were talking about this, that you're thinking, oh, I can also do this? And Joanne definitely mentioned that. Like, were there other features or things that maybe I didn't see?
There are a ton of things. Yeah, actually, if you want to go back to your screen so we can all see it, and then I can walk you through a really cool feature that I think a lot of tutors would be super interested in. So
Absolutely.
I can't see your screen right now. I'm not sure if you hit it or if you can bring it back.
Yeah, we're in the process. Here we go. Yep, I'm bringing it back.
Great. There it is. Oh, there's me. All right, cool. So actually the first thing that I want to point out is not necessarily a feature, but on the phonics video, you can see that there's that black circle in the upper left-hand corner with the two people and the little pencil in it. I just want the listeners to know that that is the only folder right now that Joanne is sharing with anybody. Like, we're all seeing the inside of her folders right now because she's sharing her screen with us. But in real life Bubble Up, nobody can see your home screen unless you go and share individual folders with them. So privacy is really a huge value of Bubble Up. And I just wanted to drive that message home that you like it. So you happen to only be using this for your tutoring business, but if you also are, say, gonna come to Portugal and you want to take a trip here, and you want to create a folder all about your Portugal research, you can do that, and none of your students would see it. They will only see the individual folders that you share with them.
Right.
So just wanted to point that out. But if there is like a whole bunch of content that you want to share, I think it was your math resources folder that had the most stuff in it. So if you just want to pick a folder, I want to show you a really cool feature. All right, so great. So we're in here and you've got all this content. And as you showed earlier, you can click the invite button and you can invite your friends or your students or whoever you want to share or collaborate on this folder with you. But if you didn't want those people to see the folder, or you didn't want them to touch the folder, or you want to keep the folder kind of private, but you are interested in sharing the content, you can make something that we call a role. So what a role is, it's more like an external way of sharing this content, but in a more beautiful package. So if you click this, we call it the hamburger menu because it looks like a little hamburger in the upper left-hand corner next to math resources, where it just says menu over there. So you can click that and then say instant web page role. So just click through, and we're going to show you magically what happens. So just click create and we'll go back and we can edit all this content later. So what's going to happen, you can click open role. And what we just did is we just created a website. A mini website. It's a website that lives on a single URL. And you can see the URL at the top. It says view 45 CB, whatever. It's kind of got this like
Yep.
jumbled name, but we're going to be able to customize that URL. We're going to be able to customize this cover image. And if you scroll down, you'll see that each one of these blocks, each one of these items is one of the things that you had saved in your folder. So
Yeah.
it kind of just magically generated this mini website. But the beautiful thing about it is that it's super customizable. So if you went and had, say, like, you know, a photo shoot, or you had all these really beautiful stock photos, or maybe like you used Canva to edit a bunch of photos to really brand this as your own thing, we can actually, I can show you how we would edit that. So you can see the edit button is highlighted. So let's turn that on. So now we're in edit mode, and you can X out of that module. And then scroll down a little bit. And let's just choose this where it says, not the section menu, the item menu right underneath it. I think we're still in section menu. Oh, we're now watching a YouTube video, but we don't need to watch that yet. Yeah, so any one of these black ... buttons in the upper right-hand corner. Section layout is something different. I want to show you specifically how we can edit an item. So just scroll down a little bit. Yeah, maybe
my edit came. My edit like disappeared.
Oh no, you're in edit mode.
Oh, I'm in edit mode. Okay.
Yeah, so let's try mathbots.com, tools for math teachers.
Right.
Because this picture is not so beautiful, right? It's like, it's just kind of an Excel doc that we can't really read from here. So if you click the ... menu in the upper right-hand corner of this particular item, you can see there's tons of different options. And the first one I want to show you is change image. So you click on that, and you'll be able to actually upload. You can choose a different image that will have been scraped from the site. But you know, in the corner, in the bottom right-hand corner, you can see that it says upload, and you can choose any image from your computer.
Awesome. That's so cool.
Yeah. So that's a cute picture. Is that you holding a dog? Just whatever you want to put there is fine. But the point is that you really can make this super branded.
That's
and make
really
it something
cool.
nice. One more thing that I want to show you, again, in the upper left-hand corner where the hamburger menu is. You can click that. You can change the theme if you want to kind of pick a different color scheme. Right now we have, well, there's a handful on here, but you know, we're going to be creating more as more users join. So you can pick one and kind of watch the text change a little bit in the backgrounds.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah, so there's that. And then one more thing, which is important, back to the hamburger menu. And if you go to settings, then there's a bunch of kind of like more logistic stuff that you can do. So you can actually, you can make this rank on Google if you want. Like you can set up your Google Analytics with it. You can get it to index on Google is what I wanted to say. You can password protect it. So if you wanted to, you know, share like an exclusive collection of resources with people, you could password protect it and only give out the password to specific people. And you can also change the URL. So manage role URL.
Yeah, look at that.
Like you can go claim your subdomain if you wanted to claim your full name, but you also could claim, you know.
And so it's not just all these weird letters.
Yeah, exactly. So you can keep the weird letters and numbers if you want it to be sort of like if you don't want it to show up on Google, but if you did want it to show up on Google, this is a great way to, to just sort of maybe start establishing yourself as an expert, or have a bunch of branded content out there that people can discover you through.
Yeah.
So there's all kinds of things that you can do with roles. It doesn't have to just be tutoring content. I make roles all the time, like for every destination that I go to, because I don't have a travel blog, which I totally should because I travel all the time, but I make roles instead, and they're easy, and it's just a great way for me to share my recommendations with my friends and family.
Yeah, I think like if you wanted to have like for people who do speaking and that kind of stuff, they could create a role to have like a speaker page.
Oh yeah, any kind of portfolio
features, all of that kind of stuff, which is really cool. Now I had this question earlier today of somebody who was wondering, can I share a link to this inside of my Google Classroom? And we now have that answered, because yes, we can, because we've got this link here, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And so I can easily create a role, and then I take that link and I can put it inside of Google Classroom, and I can be able to, I don't have to read any of the work that I've done. It's all in one place. And if I typically share a group of information at one time, it's all there. It's almost like just sharing that file, and I can be able to utilize it, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Inside the questions, people have asked, can I upload my own content into here? And there is a little plus button at the bottom where you can add your very own content, your very own videos, any of your own images, any of your own videos. You just click on this and you'd be able to upload it right into here, right?
Yeah, so really what Bubble Up is, like, you can use it as a cloud storage system where, you know, say like there's a bunch of PDFs that you downloaded online or white papers or whatever, and you want to save them all together, you can save them there. But if you have your own content too, like if you have a Word document, of course, you can upload it to the folder in exactly the same way. It's basically just a cloud system, but a prettier cloud system, and one that is, more visual because everything's represented by an image. But again, I just to keep driving this point home, if you did have a Word document, like if it had sensitive information on it, no one else will ever discover that information unless you share the folder or you turn it into a role. But other than those two situations, your folders are completely private. So really it's a private cloud storage system that you have the ability to share that content in a couple of different ways.
Awesome. All right, let's see what else we got here. Suzanne mentioned that she's so glad that you can share specific folders with specific students. She feels that that's really, really useful. Does the person that you're sharing the link with, when I invite somebody, do they have to have the app as well in order to open it?
Great question. They will need to have the app in order to see the content if you're sharing the folder. The link that we're going to share with everybody here, you can feel free to share that with your students as well. So get yourself an account, and if you want to start using this now to share with your students, they also can use that link. Please make sure the students are above 13. But other than that, you can feel free to start sharing it and get your students off the wait list quickly. So yes, they will need the app if you want to share the folder. However, if you want to make a role out of the content in your folder and then send the link to the role to your students or to whoever, they do not need the app. The roles are like completely public. So yeah, they're websites.
Another question, and I'm not sure we're going to have an answer to this one, but maybe you do.
Let's see.
Do you happen to know how well it works with screen reading software?
Screen reading software. I don't know if I understand the question.
So we do in our group, and I'm not sure if this is the person who's asking it, but we have a member in our group who's blind, and she needs to use a screen reading software in order to be able to use the internet.
Oh, that is really cool. I don't want to say confidently right now that it works great or not. I would assume that it does, but
oh, I think we lost you there for a second. And remember, she's in Portugal right now, so anything can happen. You never know. So it sounds like we're going to need to find out if we will be able to use the screen reading. I think that's awesome, and be able to get that. So what I want to do for you guys right now is I am going to enter on in that link where you will be able to get your very own copy of it. And I'm just waiting for my screen to load it on up. Let's see here. Yeah, it is a really great tool.
I lost you for a sec there, by the way. Sorry, my connection dropped for a minute. I hope I didn't miss any important information or
No, I was
questions.
just sharing.
Okay.
I took it as an opportunity to share the link.
You're such a leader. I love it.
So yeah, I just shared the link with you guys so that you guys can get a definite you can get access to this, start using it, see how it's going to work for you, your students. And I'm trying to see
it'll get you
here.
right
Oh,
off
we've
the
got
wait list.
What's that?
I said the link,
Oh, there we go.
the link that has my name in it, it'll get you right off the wait list. Yeah.
So no wait list for you guys. Boom. You just get,
Right. You're all special.
You just will get right on in pretty soon there. How long will it take before they're accepted so that they'll be able to use the resource?
If you could expect 24 hours, that would be great. But if it's maybe on a Friday, it might take until Monday. So today's not Friday. So do it today so that you can get it by tomorrow at the latest. But yeah, my colleagues know that we're doing this live now. So yeah, I think if anybody signs up within the next few hours, then it should be a super quick process.
Yeah. So yes, there is Smarty Pants, my Smarty Pants person who's on here with a link. That's really the name on there. Like, I'm not calling her a Smarty Pants.
Oh, okay.
So Smarty Pants said that there is a link there that says there's a waiting list. Yes, there's a waiting list, and they're going to be working on getting you off the waiting list so that you can get access to it within the next 24 hours. So definitely take a look.
We didn't actually talk about this. So Bubble Up is in beta. We're planning on launching for real within the next couple of months. So right now there's a wait list, but the app's obviously Joanne's been using it for a while now, so it's totally functioning. I've been using it since I obviously started working here. So yeah. Definitely, you can sign up today and get on there. It's just not on the App Store right now. We're kind of planning a bigger launch around it, so that's why.
Awesome. So you guys, this is like pre-stuff. Like, you're getting access to this tool before the rest of the world is getting access to it. How cool is that? I mean, super awesome. And Smarty Pants with Jennifer. Hey, Jennifer. Oh, Jennifer, you are so funny. So I'm so glad that you guys were able to sign up. Lots of people are saying, signed up. I signed up. Yeah. Woo.
We're so excited to have everybody.
Awesome. Yeah, it's really, I'm excited for them to check it out too, because I really do think that it's going to solve one of the biggest problems that we as online tutors have. We have the internet, the tip of our finger, right? We can have any resource we want. As a tutor in the past, I had to make my own resources. I had to make my own flashcards. I had to make all my own stuff that I wanted to be able to utilize with my students. And now I have the world at the tip of my finger. However, this little brain is attached to this finger, so it can't remember everything that I want to be able to utilize when I want to utilize it. Sometimes I pull up an image and I don't actually pull up like a website name or URL or something like that. And then I solve that problem. And I don't have to feel like I'm sharing it with the entire world unless I want to share it with the entire world. I have complete control over that, which is very, very beautiful. So awesome. Lots of people saying I signed up. Clarissa, Jean. Jean said thank you.
Great. Thank you, Jean.
And so did Elizabeth. She also said thank you. So lots of people saying thank you, Elizabeth. And one person said, it'll keep her from having to dig in her files during the session.
Yes,
yeah, for sure. And it would be a much cleaner experience for everybody because of that as well. So fantastic. So you guys, I am so excited that that Krista was able to join us today, and she came. She was on a cruise, and she decided to join us in Portugal, which is really awesome and is really dedicated. That's incredible. So we need to give her this huge boom cha. So those of you who don't know what the boom cha is, that is where we have an emoji with the boom cha. It's a fist and it is the fireworks. But when we give a boom cha, it usually looks like this. So I want to see you guys giving some boom chas for Krista in the chat there, and I'm going to give the formal boom cha, the original boom cha. You guys ready? On the count of three. 1, 2, 3, do it with me. Boom. Cha.
Oh, the cha. I got it. I didn't know that one. I just learned a lot from you. Thank you so much.
Of course you wouldn't know it. You're one of us. Now you know it.
I am one of you. Well, I really am honored to be on it. So yeah, so thank you so much for having me, and I'm really excited that you're really excited about Bubble Up, and that a bunch of tutors are going to be sort of like the first wave on this potentially, hopefully, new next big thing.
Yeah, very cool. And thank you. Now I know some of you guys are waiting for this big announcement, right? And you're like, gosh, Joanne, like when are you going to give the big announcement? So,
Should I drum roll?
I have never done before. I am closing the doors to the Insider Secrets Club. I know some of you are thinking right now, like, what? No, I wanted to join. I couldn't join. I'm closing the doors, but there's a reason why I'm closing the doors on the Insider Secrets Club. And it's because we want to be able to make it better than it already is. So what I'm going to be doing is something a little bit different than I've ever done before. I'm actually going to be the next people that join up in the next 2 weeks to be a part of the Insider Secrets Club. We are going to have a special call, which is going to be called a beginner's call. And on the beginner's call, we're going to walk you through all of the steps that you need. One of the things I feel like has been missing is that when a new person comes on in, they kind of feel like overwhelmed, inundated with all of the information that's available to them. On the beginner's call, they're going to have that ability to be able to take a look at each step of the process, be able to analyze where they're at. I'll assign some videos for them to be able to watch in between each week's sessions. And then once they kind of graduate from that group, they can always come into any of the other calls, but they won't feel as confused or overwhelmed or lost in the entire process. They'll have all of the language that we use in order to get found by our students, and they're going to feel more comfortable kind of like walking on in and meeting all of the other tutors. Now, you'll always have all of the opportunity to come in and be able to all of the other calls, those of you that join. There are some of you that are going to be, some of you are like, should I stay? Should I go? Anybody who leaves the Insider Secrets Club while the doors are closed will not be able to come back in until the doors open again. Like it is going to be closed because we need to make it a process that's going to be easy for people to be able to join. When will the doors open again? I don't know. I want to really walk through the next group of people that are going to walk through this process of how to start their online tutoring business. I want to do it well before I open the doors again for people to come on in. So just know that if you've been thinking, you've been sitting on the fence and you're like, I really want to come into the Insider Secrets Club and I want to be able to join the most amazing group of tutors that are out there that are really killing it and rocking it in their business, you need to come and join us by next Friday, because then the doors close and I'm not accepting anybody. Like there are no like squeezing, underneath the door or through the crack of the door. It's done. Again, because I'm making it better than before. For those of you who have been part of our book club calls, we're going to put those on pause right now because I really want to be able to focus my time and energy on helping these new folks that are walking in. But we still will have the group coaching calls, and we still will have our other tech call where we specifically walk through the tech that you need to use to be able to start your online tutoring business and get you feeling comfortable with that. So those calls are still there. And the question answer call where you get to come on in and just ask any question about your online tutoring business, whatever that may be, that call is still going to be there as well. So exciting, exciting stuff. Oh, Suzanne loves the idea of the beginner's call. Ooh, ooh. Awesome. Now, I know some of you are like, well, I want to be able to join the Insider Secrets Club right now. I'm done waiting. I'm not on the fence anymore. If you go to the description of this video and you go to number 5, there is a link there where you'll be able to join. Now, here's another piece of the puzzle, right? Like, so I have also done this webinar, 3 secrets to how to get started and how to get students. Next Tuesday is the last one that I'm going to be doing until I open the doors again. So with that in place. If you haven't joined that 3 Secrets call, definitely go to number 4 and sign up for that call so that you can get to see what it is that we do in the Insider Secrets Club, but you can also get to see, like, how can I set my business up for success and be able to get those students so that they can find me. So awesome, awesome stuff here. Elizabeth said that she has been in the Insider Secrets Club for about 3 to 4 weeks now. But is there any way that she can join the beginners call? Absolutely. Absolutely. So anybody is welcome to join the beginners call. I'm just going to put on out there, you guys, that we are starting, just at like step 1, right? Like creating that business plan. And then we're going to move to step 2, the website. And then we're going to move to step 3. So it's going to guide you step by step. And each week is going to have a different focus so that you don't have to feel lost, confused, don't know what you're doing anymore. So anybody who is in the group already who wants to join these beginners call, please definitely join us on in. It'll be awesome. So we've got Simone here in the house. Woo woo. Glad you are here. Lisa said the club is worth 10 times the price and the tutors are such a great group. It really is. So lots of people saying that they absolutely love it. And Jean even mentioned, like, this is a great way to kind of get rid of that overwhelm. There's so much overwhelm when you're getting started with your business. And I feel like this is really going to be able to help people as they get started and get started with success. So if you like this call and you want me to have more things like this, where you get to have free access to resources or tools or things like that, definitely hit that like button on there. I've seen 15 people have already hit like. So thank you so much for that. And if you have not subscribed to this channel yet, definitely hit subscribe and hit that bell so that you can stay in tune for all of the great stuff that we have ahead, which is phenomenal. Next week, we have another amazing call. So one of the people inside of our group is so phenomenal with creating images for vocabulary. Many of our students struggle with being able to learn new vocabulary, and he has created these cartoons that not only make it really fun to be able to learn the vocabulary, but it actually sticks. So we are going to see what resources and tools he has available, and you'll get to check that on out. And then the week after that, we're going to have another Tutorpreneur Hero Award. Woo woo. Will it be you? Who knows? So keep joining us, you guys. It's been awesome being able to hang out with you, and I'll see you soon. Bye, everyone.